Hello, and welcome to the Art of Selling Online Courses. We're here to share winning strategies and secret hacks from top performers in the online course industry. My name is John Ainsworth, and today's guest, you know him, he is Josip, our head of funnel strategy. Hey, Josip.
Hey.
So for those of you who don't know Josip, he was a biomedical scientist by training, and I tempted him away into the world of funnels, where he's been working on the whole strategy, the systems that we use, developing that for our clients, using this as his laboratory to develop the best performing results for online course creators. So he's worked with over 100 clients and helped people to increase their revenue enormously, some of them like doubling and tripling their revenue. And today we're going to be learning about email promotions. Email promotions is huge. It is a massive part of how you scale an online course business. It's going to make this huge difference to your revenue, going to allow you to make a lot more money. And a lot of people make some really fundamental mistakes, which are not that complicated to fix. So we're going to talk through that today. Before we start learning from Josip about that, I want to talk a little bit about our sponsor. And today's sponsor is my company, Data Driven Marketing. And what we do is we help online course creators just like you to increase your revenue 20 to 100% in 8 weeks through our instant course sales program. We can help you convert more visitors into leads, leads into sales, and sales into higher revenue sales. And we do that through tactics such as email promotions, which we'll be talking about today. So if you want to know how much more you could be making, go to datadrivenmarketing.co/calculator to find out how much more you could be making from your courses with the ideal funnel. So Josip, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
So email promotions. Let's start with how many email promotions do most people do in your experience when they first come to us?
2 to 3 a year if they are doing any, which is, I don't know why exactly 3.
No.
But yeah, people just think that that's too, even that is like a lot and too many email promotions.
Yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it? And I remember you saying to me the other day that people tend to say something like, every time that I did one of these, I would have a spike in revenue. And you're like, okay, why don't you do more? It's like, wouldn't that be good? But everyone's worried. What do you think the fear is? What do you think is stopping people from doing more email promotions?
People are afraid to annoy people, to annoy their email list and to sound scammy, salesy, and pushy. No one wants that. But with email promotions, you don't have to do that. You don't have to sound like that. Our email promotions, everything that we preach here is give them value even if they don't buy. Having email promotions is just so that you can help more people. You will put your offers in front of them. You're actually not going to be scammy, salesy, or pushy. You're going to be helpful. That's the big difference from just, it's not going to be like, hey, I have this product, go buy it now, buy now, and then tell them again, buy now. It's going to be, I have this is useful. This is how I helped others. This is how I can help you if you are interested. So basically, there is an approach that works. And the approach is not being salesy and pushy, it's being helpful. So it is not going to be annoying. It is not going to annoy your audience in a way that they think, hey, this guy just wants my money. It's going to be helpful, and you're going to be rewarded by being able to help more people, and they're going to be rewarded by actually you're going to be solving their problem.
Yeah, I think it's so true. We saw with one of our clients that actually her unsubscribe rate went down when she started doing email promotions using this style, because there was such useful, valuable content in the promotion. The marketing was helping all these people, even if they weren't buying. And the ones who were ready to buy were buying, and they were delighted because now they got to find out about a course and they've got to do the discount. It's like amazing. So you can avoid the problem of it being annoying and actually make the emails useful and friendly and helpful, and people like getting them, and you make sales. It's just a beautiful thing.
There is the second thing that we also hear people complain about is it takes too much time. I cannot write. I don't know how to write. I cannot write anything. That's really not true, because you're probably an expert in the field, or you're surrounded by experts if you have a copywriter. So if you have a system for writing these email sequences, it's a lot easier to put everything into words than just by winging it. So if you have an email promotion, there is not a single email that's there just for the sake of it. There is a strategy behind everything. And with a right strategy and the right brief, you can write 6 promotional emails in like 2 to 4 hours. And it's not like 2 to 4 days, or some people have been telling me, I need weeks to just write 5 emails. Yeah, you don't. You just need a structure. You need to know and understand what goes where and why. When you know why you are doing something, it's going to be a lot easier for you to just focus, take some time, write good content, and then schedule it. Everything else is automated then.
Yeah, I think that's the crucial thing. There's that part about the time is knowing, well, what's the bits that go into each place? Okay, if here you need a testimonial, and here you need a story about how you learned this thing, and here you need a tip from in your course, it's like, oh, well, I know all of those things. I can fill all of that in. I worked once, one of our clients was a guy who was teaching Warhammer 40,000, which is like a tabletop battle game between elves and orcs and demons and what have you. I don't know anything about Warhammer 40,000, but that was fine. I could show him what the structure was, and he could write the emails. It's like he could fill it all in because he's an expert in that topic. It's like, oh, now I know that this is the format to use. This is straightforward and easy. So I think that's the crucial thing that people are missing, is knowing what the structure is for it. Okay, so that's the 2 biggest objections. So what's some of the things that people get confused with? One thing is launches versus email promotion. So can you talk us through kind of where the distinction is?
Yeah, the biggest distinction is scale. An email promotion lasts for a week, maybe a bit more. A launch is something that you need months of preparation, and then probably a sales event, and then a lot of follow-up. So an email promotion is 6 emails in a week, focus on the scarcity and the end, and that's it. Promote one product, pick one, priced from $60 to $99. There is a reason why it's $60 to $99 and not less than that. And that's it. You need to have upsells and order bumps in place behind it to maximize the revenue. But just repeat that every couple of weeks and you will have amazing results. You follow a structure that we teach. You prepare briefs. You know everything else, you already have it. So nothing really major to prepare there. So basically time and scale. For a promotion, you need months. For a launch, you need months. For a promotion, you need like a day. That's it.
Put it all together, then it goes out over a week. Okay, cool. All right, so we know where some people get confused with this, why they don't do them, and we know what a launch is versus a promotion. So let's talk about results a little bit. What's the reason why someone should be so excited about doing email promotions? What's the kind of results people can get?
Yeah, so most people, when we do audits, have been telling me, hey, I don't really track my KPIs, I just track sales, but in March, November, and sometime mid-year, I see spikes for some reason. My question is, have you done an email promotion maybe? And mostly the answer is yes. So email promotions work. That's the most important thing. And just how well? Well, it depends on the audience size, but basically you can expect to sell to anywhere from 0.1 to 0.7% of your audience. So if you are sending an email to 1,000 people, you can expect to get around 10 sales. That's pretty good result, 10 to 20, maybe a bit more. And with upsells and order bumps, you're going to increase the revenue that you're getting from there. So if you have more than that, if you have tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of people, that's a lot of money regularly that's coming in. So you are just going to increase your annual revenue, which is very important because it allows you to scale in other areas and it allows you to maximize all aspects of your business. So basically, when it comes to doing those email promotions, the most important thing is to do them. And by doing them, you can expect to get like 40% of the additional revenue. That's what we've seen for a few of our clients, maybe even more. So we just did an email promotion 2 weeks ago for a client. They did a big scale promotion or launch in February and they lost money. with the same product. We did an email promotion, 5 emails, 5 days, and we made $55,000, which is all profit. So if you have a structure and if you know what you are doing, you will have results. So you can expect a lot of money to come in from those email promotions. And we also had a client from the course who had just his best month ever. His previous best month was like 7,500. His current best month is 17,500. So 10 grand, a bit more than 10 grand extra, which is insane.
Yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it? So just a bit of the back of the envelope math for people. Like we're talking about numbers ranging, depending on your audience size and your courses and your audience exactly everything. We're talking about additional revenue from these promotions. It could be a couple of thousand, it could be tens of thousands. So like if you've got a 10,000 person list and let's say 0.7% of the email list buy, and we're talking about 70 people. And if each of those with order bumps and upsells spends on average $150, we're looking at $10,500. So that's great, right? $10,500 extra is fantastic. But here's where it gets really interesting is you run, how many of these email promotions do you recommend running?
Always recommend running 2 of these every month. And now the most important part of it is having upsells and order bumps behind that. So if we have that, the revenue increases. We've seen around 40% of additional revenue coming from upsells and order bumps in that case. So if they are doing 2 email promotions and they are making 10 grand each, with having upsells and order bumps, that's now not 20, it's 28 now.
So this is where it starts to get, I think, really exciting when people see that this is possible, that you can send 2 email promotions because they're not annoying, because they're actually valuable and people like getting them. They're not unsubscribing, they're sticking around, they're buying them. And you do this repeatedly. I think that crucial thing you mentioned earlier was 0.1 to 0.7% of the email list buy. But that's the case, even if you do a giant launch, a big build up, all of this, whereas the same percentage, somewhere in that range, you're going to buy if you're doing 2 email promotions a month. So if you get 24 goes at this every single year and you get that percentage every single time, it increases your revenue enormously. So this is like how it all starts to add up. Is you can do, because it's not annoying, because it's valuable, you could do 2 of those a month and you're making whatever that is, 10, 15, 20, 30,000 extra a month from it continually. It really starts to add up. Now, why is it 2 promotions a month and not 4?
Well, we don't want to annoy them after all. It allows us time to send more valuable content and to teach them in between those promotions. It's kind of a cool down period in between the 2 promotions so that people understand that this is something different. We've tested 4 as well. I mean, if you're not doing any, starting with 1 is fine, but build towards doing two a month.
Yeah, I've got friends who are doing 4 promotions a month, and it does add more on top of 2, but it doesn't double it. Like going from 1 to 2 seems to double. Going from 2 to 4 doesn't double. So it's like, it's kind of a balance there of how to do it. And the weeks in between, it does give you a chance to share useful email and useful content via email. So you're just building up more trust. So that seems to be the right balance for most people. It also is kind of more manageable in terms of being able to schedule them all and write them all and get it all planned in and everything like that. So if anybody's listening and they're thinking, well, I've only got 3 courses, how am I going to be able to do this many promotions? Like, how often can you re-promote something that you promoted before via email?
I wouldn't do it. Once a quarter is probably the best. I wouldn't do it more than that. But if you only have a few courses, you don't need to create more courses. You can splinter content. That's what we suggest, and that's what works really, really great. So if you have a course that's a few $100s, let's say it's a $300 course, and it has 7 modules, you can probably splinter 1 or 2 modules and sell those for $99, and then offer the rest of the course as an upsell. So that gives you an opportunity to reach more people, to have more and different offers, just to do more of it. And with upsells, you're going to sell your main course anyways. So just splinter content is probably the easiest way to get more for your online and email promotions.
Nice. So you mentioned already it's like 5 emails over 5 days. Can you give us kind of an outline of how those emails work and what's covered?
Around 6 emails. So first 3 emails can go anywhere from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Pick 3 days, send them in those 3 days. It depends on your audience, but start on Monday, first 3 emails, end on Thursday. So you start with announcing what you are doing. You start by telling them the time frame and include useful information about it. End of the week, focus on scarcity. So if you are ending the email promotion on, let's say, a Friday, then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you send just content emails. The Thursday email is something that we call a going email, and focusing more on the scarcity element and that time is running out, tomorrow all gone. And then on the last day, you can send 2 emails. Let's say 24 hours and 12 hours before the cart closes. You highlight all the benefits. You highlight what the course is going to get them and what's it going to show them and teach them and what the result is going to be. And then you just end with the final email, which is, hey, this offer goes away. That goes out in 5 days, 6 emails. Now, there is a more advanced tactic to this that we always recommend. If you tell people that you are closing the cart on Friday, you don't really have to close it until Monday. So on a Saturday, just send them a quick email telling them, hey, I'm leaving the cart open throughout the weekend, so feel free to get the offer. And then on a Monday, you actually close the cart. So that extends the period. You have that scarcity element once again. And then during those 2 days, people will be reading some of the emails from the week, and then you'll get more sales. You just repeat that every 2 weeks.
And if you want to know more about the going, gone sequence, then you can go back and listen to the episode that I did with Monica recently, where we cover that exact topic in more detail. So you can go and listen to that. Monica gets very excited about the going, gone sequence and can give you quite a lot more info about it. All right. So anything else we should cover for everybody about email promotions?
So the most important thing is, if you don't do email promotions, aim for 1 and then gradually build up towards 2 a month. Do them, include upsells and order bumps behind it. That's going to be helpful. And just by doing 1 or 2, you'll see that the results make sense and that you see those spikes in the revenue. And when you see spikes in the revenue, just do more of what works.
Nice. If you want to learn more about upsells and order bumps, then go back and listen to the episode I did with Josip about upsells and order bumps, where you can learn more about exactly how those work. If you want help with any of implementing this, then we have a whole program designed to help you to get everything set up and get it all working perfectly, smoothly, and get you to increase your revenue. So if you're interested in that, you can go to datadrivenmarketing.co/calculator to learn how much more you can make, and then get in touch with us from there. Or you can just email me, john@datadrivenmarketing.co, and let us know that you're interested, and we can see if this is a good fit for you. If you found the interview useful, then give us a review wherever you listen to it, and come join the Advanced Course Creators group in Facebook. And you can get early access to all of the future interviews, and you get to get support with growing your online course sales there as well. So thanks very much for listening, and thank you, Josip.
Thanks, everyone.